Hi, I'm Dale from By Apatche Revealed. I get a lot of questions on my social media sites on how I construct my graphic illusions, how I start off on my adventure with these. So I thought I'd run through my first couple of setups on how I get started on my graphic illusions. I own a Wacom Bamboo series tablet, which makes it a lot easier. You can use a normal pen and paper and scan these images into Photoshop later on, but for me, I've got a Bamboo tablet, so I'm going to use it as my advantage. So my first step when I get into creating these images, I open up my graphic template. Now the image size for my graphic template is 2048 pixels for the longest edge. That is for the best decompression rate on any social media site. So if you want to make sure that you've got the best quality image that you can possibly upload to Facebook, for instance, if you do it at 2048 pixels, the compression rate for Facebook will be great. So my first off is I open up my template, and then I create a new layer. I call that layer concept, because that is how I'm going to start off with. It's just a clear layer, no fancy or anything, because I'm just going to use a brush tool or a pen, or however you feel comfortable in drawing on the thing. I'm just going to use my brush tool, and I'm going to use around about 6 pixels. That just gives me the size that I want, and I'm going to use a normal black color so I got the outlines. Now, as this concept that I've got in my head, it's going to be a couple of balloons floating around with some tiny houses on it. So what I do in a rough estimate is I just draw a nice little house here, just to give me the understanding of what I'm actually looking at or what I'm thinking of. So I don't have to go, oh, what was I doing? What was I creating before? So it's just a little tiny house that I'm throwing. Now this is my house that I'm thinking of. Maybe a veranda around the side here, a window or two, maybe 4 around here, and a little door there. I'm going to have a little bit of a balcony because that's just a little veranda again. So that's my little concept of a little house. Now I'm going to maybe have a smoke chimney out here, and from now on I go, well, what am I going to create it on? Am I going to leave a garden around the outside for them to play in, or am I just going to drop it off right at the end of the house? I think the garden idea was really good from what I imagined. So you've got a nice little garden here. Now you want to know how you're going to create down the bottom. Are you just going to leave the grass floating in the air? Well, I'm going to actually put some peaks down here, and this is how my concept starts. I just draw an image onto my screen here. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be anything neat. I just want something constructed to give myself a little bit of ease going, right, this is what I want to do. So I'm going to create this type of style. I can change it later on. Also, now we've got the balloon, we're going to have to put a balloon in here. So this concept's a little bit big. So draw them big at the start, then you can resize all the images at a later date. You want to bring this down here because you want to put a balloon in. I'll just use a balloon, my style of balloon. It's just to give you an idea of something, nothing fancy, no balloon styles or all thing, and just something that gives you an idea of this is how I want my drawing created. So that is a balloon for me on a bit of a cloud on there, and so this is my house. This is going right. So I've got a house on top of an island. That's awesome. Now what do I do? Do I want more houses? Do I want one house? So I'm just going to reduplicate the houses. It's just, it doesn't have to be, because you've got to be changing in Photoshop. This is just to give you an idea of what you want to start creating. So maybe one a little bit smaller over here, one a bit bigger. So they're just all floating around. And this is how I start my creation. I'm just duplicating the images, Control J for anybody who doesn't know the shortcuts for Photoshop, and just move around. So this is how I want. This is what I've constructed. Now, what's going to be in the background? What do I want? I might draw a couple of floating islands as it is. So, and I'll just come out here. The ideas are just coming out from what I'm just creating. So I just want, oh, okay, this works, this might not work. Just to give yourself an idea of freedom of how you want things to start off with. Obviously, you might change these ideas throughout your Photoshop illusion because you haven't got the stock or the image available to you, or you don't fully understand how to create it yet. But at least you know where to start off with. So this is just me just going, right, this is how I want things. This is going here, that's going there. And that is it, a concept. So from here on, I obviously go and research for my images in my sample folders I have, or my vector images. I have a lot of images stored up on my Creative Cloud that I've already created in the past, so they might be helpful for this image. This is just starting off, so now that it's on the screen, where do I go from here? What type of balloons am I going to look for? What type of houses do I want cut into here? Now the idea and the concept's created, I can start imagining where to go, what I want to look like. Do all the houses have to be the same? Do I really want the balloons all to be the same? And now that I've got that, I don't have to go on and go, oh, what was I thinking? How was this supposed to be laid out? It's right there. It's just a concept, and that's creative. So I hope you've learned a little bit about how I start off with. Please, I'll leave a link down in the description of the actual true time lapse for this image that I'm going to create. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to help you out with anything you have in Photoshop, Lightroom, any drawing techniques, or any photography questions. Please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, support me on Patreon. All the links again are in the description down below, and I hope you have a great day and continue watching how I create this video on my time lapse.